Hello, you. It's me. And I thought I'd throw up this very flattering picture of Gypsy making fun of another creator, one who I'd never even heard of until yesterday. Um, and by the way, the creator, very pretty. This, I don't know where Gypsy got this from except for, I guess, the lipstick. She likes to wear red lipstick, and good on her. That's awesome. I don't know why Gypsy's making fun of that, because there's nothing to make fun of there. People like their own styles. That's it. I guess Gypsy is just upset because she doesn't have one of her own. All the styles that she has, she's gotten from other people, like her sister. And that's really the biggest problem with Gypsy, is she has no identity of her own. You notice everything is through personas. She doesn't even know who she is. She's just an empty slate, trying desperately to make that empty slate look interesting. And I think it's really interesting that so many channels out there, so many channels out there are, oh my god, Gypsy's out of control. She's going crazy. She's spiraling out of control. No, she's not. She's bored. She thought that playing, these other people that watch her and make comments about her, she just, did what they do. A lot of people do parodies, yeah, that's right, of Gypsy. So she's just doing it to other people. That's not spiraling out of control. That's more probably just boredom, because she has nothing else to do. She has no current grift running, so she's just playing around. And she didn't even put it up herself. Someone else, one of her minions, put it up for her. What does that say about her? She's just sad and pathetic. And it shouldn't detract from the fact that she planned her mother's murder, attempted to do it a few times, at least once with a BB gun chasing her around the house. And apparently she had threatened her mother with a knife, allegedly. I don't know if that one's true or not. You hear a lot of stories, and it's not always easy to find information. But the BB gun incident, although her story has changed many times, seems to have been true. So I know at least that one. And of course we know that she groomed Nick in order to help her with the final crime of murdering her mother. So we shouldn't be detracted from the fact that that happened, that she's a criminal, convicted criminal, and that she got out way too soon. She should never have gotten out, in my opinion. But she got out way too soon, and she will continue to create havoc everywhere she goes to get attention. And just to get attention, mostly. That's what it is. And this was just another thing, playing around to get attention. I will say her parodies were more interesting than her paintings. But she even put up a thing with that she's putting a halt on that right now because she needs to find a balance between taking care of her child and painting. And you notice in that she didn't mention Ken. Why is that? Wouldn't it be having family time and balancing that out with painting? Wouldn't that have made more sense to say not taking care of Aurora, the baby, and painting? So is Ken out of the picture? Is Ken the only one that moved? Because I don't think so. I think this grift needs both of them. Whatever it is that they're doing, whatever it is that they're playing at, it needs both of them in order to work right now. Eventually they'll split up, I'm sure of it. But right now it needs both of them. And of course, the baby. And still on the fence about that. I know people, people in the comment section, and I love reading this, have great ideas on both sides. Yes, of course, there's a baby. There was a child protective letter from DCFS, I think is what it's called in Louisiana. Now some people are saying it's fake. And of course, Gypsy has been known to fake things. So who knows if that's true or not. And it's still suspicious that there was no baby named, or there was no baby mentioned in the divorce between her and Ryan. Any document you can fake, just about. I mean, I've seen stuff online where you can fake stuff. You can fake a baby. You can have, somebody mentioned that those real babies, they have apps to make it look like they're real. I mean, of course Gypsy would do something like that if she could figure it out. And honestly saying that because I don't know if I could figure it out unless it was right in front of me. I might be able to, but you know, things are getting so advanced. Who knows? She could totally fake a whole baby. I mean, she said herself when she was posing with Ken and holding these sonograms of a baby, she said those were fake. She said that herself. She didn't even know she was pregnant when she took those pictures. She said that herself. So who knows what's real and what's not? Obviously, Lifetime is good at faking things, and you know now they don't want her. They don't want her because she's ridiculous and she lies constantly, and they don't even know what the truth or lie is anymore, I'm guessing, so they just dropped her. And that's the thing. Everybody's dropping her. Who knows? Maybe Ken has dropped her. I don't know. Maybe Aurora dropped her. Of course, Aurora the baby couldn't do that. But, yeah, just nobody cares. She's not spiraling out of control. She's just bored as fuck, trying to figure out her next grift. That's it. That's all it is. It's not that big of a deal. Honestly, it's interesting to see what she comes up with next. I'm waiting for that, I guess, to see what she does. It's interesting to see what somebody who I would say, in my opinion, allegedly, not saying facts, just saying what I think she's a psychopath, which includes narcissism in that diagnosis. And yeah, so it's interesting to see somebody with what I would perceive as her mental failings, or disabilities, whatever you want to call it. I think it's interesting to see what the next grift will be. What is the next thing that she thinks is going to get her attention? Because honestly, this whole thing with making fun of other creators, all it's proving is she watches. That's all it's proving. These creators that she was making fun of, she watched and observed enough to be able to portray them. Now, I was not familiar with all of the creators that she was doing, but with the ones that I was familiar, I wouldn't say she's spot on, but she had some of the characteristics down. Certainly with Amber J, she's the only one I'm really familiar with out of everybody, and Nina. But yeah, she just watches. We know that. She watches. Otherwise, she wouldn't be able to portray them, like I said, the way that she did. So we know that much. We know that she's extremely bothered. And I don't think she's spiraling. Why is that word so hard? Spiraling out of control. She is just struggling to figure out the next grift. She's bored. And of course, she's not going to, take care of her child or anything. That would be crazy. Why would she do that? When she has other people allegedly to do it for her, if there is in fact a baby, which again, we don't know. We don't know if the pictures were real that Christy was sending to everybody. We don't know if, I mean, they're real pictures, but we don't know if that was actually Aurora the baby or not. What proof is there? Maybe she looks a little like Gypsy or Ken, but you know, babies can look like other people. You know, it's there's no definite. I mean, especially if it's a baby from the family, then yeah, they might actually the baby would actually maybe look a little bit like one of them or both of them. So it's not proof. The letter is not really proof. We don't know if it's fake or not. Some people are saying it's fake. Some people aren't. I don't know. I don't care enough to even look or investigate. I like to think that if there is a baby, that she is being investigated, her and Ken. But do we even know if her and Ken are together still? It's so interesting when you listen to her language. It's all about her and Aurora the baby, or her. Very few times when she talks does she mention Ken. She used to say, "Oh, Ken and I are." She's not saying that anymore for some reason. So what's up with that? You have to listen to her language, because she's very specific about the things that she says. So pay attention to that. And again, we'll see what she comes up with. Maybe she is moving, whether it is to Texas or to Florida. Apparently Ken's father lives in Florida, so it could be that. Who knows? And again, I don't care. I don't give a shit. I'm here to see what new grift she'll put up and to make sure Aurora the baby is good, taken care of. And if someone else is taking care of Aurora, then good. Because Gypsy can't seem to do it. Gypsy doesn't seem to know how. She doesn't even know how to hold a baby. And Aurora is not a newborn baby anymore. Aurora is nearly 8 months old. The baby should be crawling around, trying to get up, moving, playing. We've heard nothing. Nothing. And every time we see the baby, we see this little baby strapped to somebody's chest. At 8 months old, did you do that with your baby? I don't think I ever did that. And not at 8 months old. At 8 months old, they're stuck at the hip or trying to walk around. But they're not in a sling. I mean, heck, with the baby carriers and things that I had, my baby wouldn't have even fit in one of those after about 3 or 4 months. So, I mean, I know things are different now and they have different devices and stuff. But even so, I don't think an 8-month-old baby should be strapped like that. Like I said, at the hip, sure. Because at that point, they're sitting up. Like I said, they're crawling around. They're trying to walk. It's not a baby anymore. It's hitting more toward almost a toddler. I mean, not quite, but yeah, that's not a baby anymore. And again, she's not talking about milestones. She's not talking anything really. She's just making fun of other creators. That shows you where her mind is at. That's all she's doing. And she's just farting around until she can figure out something else. That's all she's doing. She's not getting out of control. I don't know why people keep saying that. Or calling for help or all. I mean, I've heard a lot of different ideas. And I'm not saying that they're bad ideas. I'm not even saying that they're wrong. Those theories could be absolutely correct. But I think she's just bored. She doesn't know what to do with herself. She's a mean girl. So she likes to make fun of people. So that's what she's doing. She's just doing what she would have naturally done anyway. while she's setting up for the next thing. That's it. I'm just waiting to see what the next thing is. I guess we'll just have to wait, popcorn in hand, get it at the ready, because I'm sure she's going to come up with something new. Although, again, now would be a good time to, do some vlogs about packing and moving. That could be interesting. But of course she won't do that. Just to make fun of creators instead. She hasn't mentioned her family at all. What is she doing? I guess we'll have to wait and see. But getting out of control? No. I don't believe that's what this is. She's just bored and wanted something to do. And she likes to, hurt people. So this is her idea of making fun of other people. That's it. That she does that on a daily. We see that all the time. So just watch it, laugh at her, because she's sad, pathetic, and she knows that she's got to come up with something soon because people just don't care. They don't care about her. They care about the health and the well-being of Aurora the baby. They don't care a fuck about Gypsy. They don't care about Ken. I don't know why anybody's talking about Ryan. He's not a part of this world. I mean, he is technically, because you know that he and Gypsy are still texting. But he's just pathetic. He's a pathetic, creepy loser. That's all he is. And even his mother said that he was lazy, procrastinator. He's not a good man. He's not. Why do we care? I mean, we can care when Gypsy goes back to Ryan because she has nobody left, because everybody is sick of her shit. Or they're just, they don't want to be the next victim. One of the two. So, that'll probably happen. I predicted that. I don't know if it will happen. It's just a thought, an idea, because Ryan seems to be the only true simp that is there for good. Ken won't be, I don't think. Although I guess he's still there to some degree. But baby or no baby, he could just take Aurora and go. And I don't think Gypsy would fight it. She would pretend that she did. She would pretend. Because that makes for good viewing. And she would get some attention that way. So she would definitely pretend. But, I don't know. I just think it's interesting, all this spiraling out of control. Using her words against her. That's not what's happening. It really isn't. She's just waiting for a new grift. Throwing out stuff to get attention so that people don't forget her. That's all it is. And you should take it for what it is. It's not that serious. Threatening people, that's serious. Making fun of people that she has threatened, that's serious. Because she is a murderer. And if you can murder your own parent who loved you, you could murder anybody and make up a reason for it. That part is serious. But all this other crap, her just making fun of people, that's just Gypsy. That's just her personality shining through. Don't need to listen to all that. Again, it's just there to put her out there until she can figure out something else to do. Some other drama to stir up. She's good at the drama. But I don't think it's anything more than that. I have done this myself, like just recently with Amberlynn Reed. But it's easy to look at a person when you have feelings and feel sorry for them or feel concerned for them because you know something's not right. But you have to understand that Gypsy doesn't feel like that, in my opinion. if, again, can't diagnose, but if I were to try or to take a guess, being part of the antisocial little list, they don't think the same. That's why you can't get through to them. That's why their issues are not curable currently at this time. They don't think of people like we do. So feeling sorry for her isn't going to matter to her. She's just going to laugh at you. So it's not about feeling sorry. It's about trying to pay attention to her enough to know if she's harming somebody or not, particularly Aurora the baby, if there is an Aurora the baby. Like I said, still on the fence on that one. But yeah, this is just trying to get attention. Any attention is good attention. So that's all this is. It's not spiraling. She's not crying for help, in my opinion. Although she could be. But in my opinion, no. It's just another attention grab until she figures out something else. And I just wanted to put my opinion out there on that. I don't know, how do you feel about it? Do you feel that this is a cry for help? Do you feel that she is out of control? Do you see the signs? Because to me, it just looks like she's laughing and having a good time and making fun of everybody, which is what she's always done. I don't know. I don't see it, I guess. You tell me what you think. Anyway, thank you for listening, and that's all I gotta say.